Hello, my name is Emily and I am Monty's mum. Monty is here on the left, aged 2, and here on the right, now aged 13. Monty is unable to speak, so his voice can be heard through myself and his dad. Monty not only relies on us, but many others to help him navigate his world, and he could not manage this journey without everyone else. Health, education, and social services all play a key role in assisting Monty and our family. This is Monty, and we make sure his healthcare needs are always at the centre. By listing his needs, you get a sense of what he has coped with from a young age and the ongoing challenges that he faces. He certainly keeps us on our toes. Just when you think you are on top of one health issue, then another one comes along and sends you on a different course. Here is an overview of the resources that Monty taps into, which gives you an idea of the number of staff involved. The green circles represents Powys Teaching Health Board, and the peach-coloured is our commissioned services. Some of these resources have remained constant since Monty was 2, so staff have been on the same journey from an early age and know him extremely well. Monty had to go to A&E at the Grange as he accidentally bit a hole in his tongue, and we were unsure how severe this was, and he was unable to communicate this to us. At the Grange, children have their own A&E entrance, so he was in an age-appropriate space. Due to Monty's learning disabilities, we were seen relatively quickly. Monty was non-compliant when he arrived and very excitable, and staff had to take his weight and height measurements. They had this really impressive weighing scale inbuilt as part of the flooring, so he was standing on it, not realising he was being weighed. As staff were unable to examine him properly, we had to discuss the options and how best to approach this, and it was agreed that surgery would be the best option the following morning. Although surgery was the last resort, it was the only option as a possible hole in the tongue could not be left. We completed the necessary paperwork to avoid delay for readmission the following morning. We arrived early on the ward and we were all relieved that he had his own room and facilities, perfect to manage his unpredictable behaviours. Information had been passed on from the night before and he was second on the theatre list, so this avoided any waits as Monty just doesn't do waiting. When the consultant and anaesthetist spoke to us, we had time to discuss what Monty would and would not cope well with regards to sedation. They allowed us to go into theatre with him initially so that he was able to feel safe. I held him whilst they sedated him, and then they transferred him to the trolley ready for surgery. After surgery, in recovery, Monty was extremely distressed, and it took 4 to 5 staff to hold him. I did have to raise my voice strongly, requesting that staff remove the cannula from his hand, as his self-injurious behaviours were escalating rapidly and significantly. I had to be assertive with staff and advise them that we had to go back up to his room swiftly so that he could self-regulate, and staff listened. I think the environment and facilities played a big part in making this a positive experience for Monty. Staff demonstrating good listening and understanding, grasping the extent of his needs early on was important, allowing us to suggest what would work better to reduce any escalating behaviours. In addition, during surgery, medical staff were able to stitch the hole in his tongue, but they also removed a protruding tooth in his gum, which must have been causing him some discomfort, so this avoided another hospital visit. In conclusion, good listening by all staff early on to grasp Monty's complex needs and how best to respond. Plan of action in place quickly so all parties were clear on what needed to happen, why and when. Planning is key. Flexibility to change or amend a plan in response to how Monty was coping at that time, as sometimes you can't always predict behaviours. And good and appropriate facilities take the stress out and provide happy and secure environments. Often these aspects are overlooked, but they all add to a positive patient experience.